Hey guys, this vehicle here is a Honda EG6 Civic, but this one's a bit of a special one because it's had an engine transplant from a DC2 Integra Type R. The whole interior has been stripped out and it's got plenty of modifications underneath the hood. So it's basically a race car for the streets.
So today we're driving in a raced out EG6 with the interior ripped out except for the stock seats, but it's caged and there's no back seat, and the differential is apparently locking bit that's binding a bit.
Right. Which way should we go?
I guess this way, but don't do what I did before, which was go out to the main road and go left, I guess, but don't go towards that bridge.
Right. Okay, so this one's basically a race car. We're driving a race car here on the streets because it's got a fast engine. The owner of Omoshiro Rentacar, which lent this to us, the car rental agency, he said that this car is really fast, so watch out. And with the Integra Type R engine, putting out, I think, 200 horsepower, is that right?
Yeah, modify it because, I mean, this one's got a revs, like the VTEC controller and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, does it? I didn't notice that. So yeah. It's got an exhaust header, Type R engine, intake, suspension. It's got really sticky tires on it.
A lot of gauges.
I wouldn't be surprised if this car is actually used by them as a track car.
Yeah. The EG6 is one of my favorite sort of autocross and budget. Well, not budget anymore. It used to be a budget track car. Now it's not.
Yeah, prices are going up for these. They never made a Type R of this chassis for the Civic, and so it's kind of cool to be able to drive what would be kind of a Type R. Now, Paul mentioned the LSD, and this is kind of a big complaint from people who don't know what this is. The front differential has a locking LSD, which means that both tires spin at the same time instead of just one. And this is very important for a race car that's front-wheel drive because it's really easy to lose your traction. And so this allows you to have both your wheels because the way that a differential works is one wheel starts to spin. Which way? This way?
Yeah, I would, because I think that's never-ending.
When one wheel starts to spin, it puts all power into whatever wheel has less traction, and so the LSD prevents that from happening. The downside of it, especially one that is a direct locking differential, not like a clutch style one, is that when you're in a parking lot, the car is like, oh no, you need both tires to be spinning at the same time, and it makes a terrible clunking sound. And this is whether it's a front wheel drive or a rear wheel drive car. You look like you wanted to say something.
No. I was thinking we had to get over here, but we don't.
The car feels fast right now, but that was only 3,000 RPM. I'm granny driving this by the sounds of it.
Oh, go right here. That's that main road.
The DC2 is many people's, as well as my favorite front-wheel drive car, because it's very well poised, it's got an engine that's very nice to drive, and it's just one of those cars that feels fun when you drive it. And it's hard to engineer that into a car, this fun feeling.
It's good. It's like the EG is my favorite shape for the Hondas, right? And it's comfortable on the inside. It's not, awful. I mean, a factory one. This one's not comfortable because it's got all this stuff done to it.
That was 4,000, by the way.
Yeah. This section.
It feels very light. Like, it feels
right.
like 850 kilograms. How much do the Civics weigh, the EG?
I have no idea. Light. I don't know. We have to be careful. We're heading out to the cornfields.
I'm not going to drive it too much more. I'll let you drive this one.
There's VTEC.
What's that?
So there's the VTEC. Here, open up.
That was up to 6,000 RPM, and the way the DC2 engine is, it'll rev up to, I believe, 9,000, and it continues to get horsepower up into the high RPMs. Or it continues to get torque, pardon me, because of course it does. Horsepower is a calculation of RPM times torque. But it doesn't feel like it runs out of breath when it gets too high.
Awesome.
Oh, you want to go to Lawson?
That's a good place to turn around. Like, come back out and go back that way.
The car, yeah, this is definitely not the kind of car that would be a daily driver. It's very clunky. It's very noisy.
If you wanted to rent this one for a couple of days, though, to go to the mountains or do a trip, though, this could be kind of fun.
Right. Very fast.
Yeah.
Switcheroo!
I'll go in front of the car. I'm going in front of the car.
Aren't you gonna pose?
He asked me to go in front of the car. I remember this time to go in front of the car.
I like the way that you ran. It was very good posture.
All right, thank you. All right, now we get to do the whole Derek and I don't sit the same way thing.
I didn't change anything, actually.
I know.
I probably should have.
Oh no,
Because I'm shaped like a skeleton, I usually like my seats more upright than the average person.
Yeah. Is that still recording? We didn't actually knock that off, did we?
Oh. No, we've run out of batteries.
Well, that's not good considering we didn't bring an extra one.
What do you mean we didn't bring an extra one?
We don't have one in the car with us.
Are we flashing here? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope you did a good job on the review because... Oh god, I killed it.
Well, we didn't get it on video, so that's fine. We can just put voiceover for this section here. We don't have to... Yeah, guys, we ran out of batteries here.
Yeah, but if it dies...
This one's not recording right now. I'm just saying that we can show just the GoPro camera on the roof
Oh,
and
I
not
see what
have
you're
the
saying.
picture
I see
of
what you're
us.
saying. I see what you're saying.
So that's the bad news of this video and being unprepared. What we need is subscribers to subscribe and bring us money, and then we can buy more camera batteries.
I like what you did there.
What did I do?
That you said that.
Oh. Really?
To get us
Or is that
stuff.
sarcasm?
No, that's a great way to get stuff.
Right. Give us free stuff. It's the Kickstarter generation, right?
Whoa. Jeezy, crazy.
Yeah, it's hard to drive smooth, isn't it?
It's impossible to drive smooth because it's a race car.
It's impossible. This is Mission Impossible.
The steering's a little bit lighter than I would have thought, to be honest.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't give very many impressions of the car before handing it over to you because we were going over on all of our videos, and we're trying to keep this down to 10, 12 minutes, 15 at the most.
I'd say the cool thing about this one though is it's responsive. Like to me, what an EG6 should be.
And fast.
Yeah. I mean, quick is always good, but the same thing. I mean, it rattles. It's got a cage in it, but it's really nice that it sort of like whatever the oil gauge is having a
Connection.
seizure. Yeah. But I mean, all in all, it's really. The thing about this car though is this takes me back to like the late '90s, early 2000s, because this is what a lot of autocrossers and the Honda guys were
Right.
building.
None of my friends had enough money for one of these. So, what years did they make the EG6?
It's like
They were
92 to 96 or something,
right.
I think, roughly.
And so, you and I are both around the same age, and so our graduating class would have been somewhere around year 2000, right?
We're like 8 months apart. So yes.
It's funny because I always look like the younger one every time that I go out.
Yeah, and I'm actually younger than you by 8 or 9 months, I think.
And so for our graduating class, only the rich people got to drive the Civics because it was like 5 years old at that time. And most people, you know, if you're in high school, your car is usually 20, 25, 30 years old. I didn't have a car in high school, but the first car that I got was right out of high school, and I bought it when I was 30 years old already. Coco's Restaurant. Come. 7,000 RPM, in case anyone was wondering.
Wondering what that was, yeah.
And that was clearly under the speed limit.
It was right there.
Good job, Paul. This is the kind of car that would be way more fun to do in a mountain pass, and so I'm hoping that future videos we're able to do more in kind of a mountain setting where it's more twisty, fewer stoplights, and we get a more general feeling of what the car's like from a sporty perspective.
I'm just sitting here hoping that the battery of the GoPro's not dead, and that, because if it is, we're gonna have Andrew edit in a bunch of old pictures of EG6s.
As long as we can pick the pictures for the EG6,
Yeah.
I'm sure that's fine.
I'm sure we can steal some from somebody.
Find all the Fast and Furious EG6s.
It's funny that you say that because, like, I'm an old school guy, so, like,
I'm old school.
driving in this reminds me of rooting for Stephen Papadakis and Lisa Kubo.
Are you name dropping?
I'm name dropping. Those
they
are
watch
old
this vi-
school.
if they
Those
watch
are
this video,
old
then-
school Civic racers that, like, when the NHRA was gonna first make like an import division, those are the guys who ran it. I mean, like, it's just really cool to like be in these cars sometimes because it immediately brings all that back.
I bet this car would destroy an autocross because light petting cars are good for those. This one's fast, but I'm sure it doesn't have a top speed to compete in like a high-speed course like Fuji or Tsukuba.
Right, it's got sticky tires. It does track a little bit. I'm noticing that.
Hello, police.
Right.
See the way that he
Bye.
looked at us?
No.
I don't know if that was going to come through in the video, but he looked at us and kind of glared.
Probably because of the things on the roof, maybe?
Hoodlums.
Oh crap, I can't remember where we turn after this.
Maybe he's going to come after us.
I don't remember where we turned out here.
Oh, do I need to navigate?
Nope, it's here. It's here. The family mark, right? No, up there.
I don't know.
The place we want to go to is back in there. Crap. Yeah, we need a navy. I think I can turn here. I know, I've just got enough sense of direction that we need to go that way.
I have no sense of direction, and that's why I got married.
It's funny you say that. Like, I hear a lot of people say that a lot. Like, my wife has, hers is terrible. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that was close. Hey, look, it's a little futsal court.
Okay. Let's go over here and navy.
Yeah, there isn't a lot to say about the interior, other than the back has been stripped out. And this part's going to get cut out of the video.
Crap.
I got my mic in my pocket. It's getting in the way of my phone.
Yes, go there. Can you hold this for me so I can
Yes.
navigate this thing? What, it figures out where I'm at? There it goes. No? Stop getting confused. Do you see what it's doing?
Yeah, it says go in the other direction. But now it says
I
go
don't think
straight.
it's right. It wants me to turn. Here?
Next one. Yeah.
I think it's
Paul and Derek get lost in Japan.
volume 47.
Let's get lost.
Oh yeah, this is right.
You know, it's funny. I'm making fun of getting lost here. I don't think that there's anyone in the world that gets lost more often than I do. I may be one of the only people who has sympathy for James May every time he got lost.
Look at that fuzzball. The dog, I meant. Not the lady. Okay, I know where we're at. Sorry there.
Wow,
Hey.
look at all the junk that has.
Yeah. Derek, I'll get lost in Chiba. Greatest hits. Good gracious. I'd do anything.
I don't know if it's the sickness or the suspension on this, but my back is hurting me right now.
I think it's suspended.
Maybe a
I'm also.
combination of the two.
Oh, yeah. Well. Come on.
Oh, here we are back at Omorshiro Rentacar. Fun fact, Omoshiro car means fun car in Japanese.
It certainly is. This one would be.
I wish we had more time and better roads to come in at.
Yeah.